You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
Hello.
Stupid. What's up, Ronnie Boo?
How are you?
Ronnie Boo is chilling with us this weekend, hanging, right?
I am. I came. I'm chilling with you pretty much every weekend.
It's always good hanging with you. I love hanging with my boys. There's nothing better than being with my boys. Honestly, if people ask me, excuse me, people say, what do you like to do for fun? This and that, because I work a lot. What hobbies do you have? I enjoy hanging with you boys and mom. I really do.
As long as we're not at a fancy restaurant, shopping, spending money, going to the mall.
Okay, that's not enjoyable. Going to the mall and shopping.
You're like, I love spending time with my boys, but there are a lot of caveats to that.
No, there's not. Those are just, who wants to go to a fancy restaurant?
No,
Who wants to go shopping?
Mom does.
Wait, who?
I don't never really want to go shopping. Sometimes it's a necessity. Sometimes I need to get these three things.
But then go on your own time.
Yes, and I usually do.
But you understand what I'm saying? If I'm working so many hours, which I'm not complaining
but it's usually
about.
like when you guys come to Miami, Mom will be like, what do you guys want to do? You want to go to Zara? And it's like, I'm not going to say no to you buying me clothes. So
but I'm not going to hang in Miami to go indoors to a mall. I'd rather kill myself. Yeah. Not literally. So, yeah, I like hanging, just chilling with you guys. I don't care watching TV, walking, relaxing, whatever.
Like today we just came back from lunch. Now we're doing a podcast. Correct. We have no plans. We're chilling for the rest of the day.
I like that. But if Mom said, let's go shopping.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to hit the mall after this pod, but I'm going by myself.
I get it. Do what you need to do.
And I'm going right to one store, boom, and then to the other store, boom. I'm not wandering around. I have a mission. I hate going to the mall to wander.
And I'm going to get a facial and a massage.
Nice.
And then we'll come back and do another pod.
Yes, we are doing 2 today.
Yeah.
Boom. Regular episode, Patreon episode.
I need to get a little bit of massage before I come back and do a second one.
Yeah, I wonder what your mood will be like in the Patreon episode.
My mood's going to be fine. My mood's always good.
I'm just saying it'll be different. I did this morning. You know there's the saying when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? This morning, I 100% woke up on the right side of the bed. I don't know why. I just woke up and I was like, in a good mood. Which usually I wake up and I'm like, ugh.
You're a little of a hangry, little bitch diva in the morning or when you're like hungry.
No, it wasn't even. Usually Saturday mornings I wake up and I was out late the night before. I was out drinking with my friends. I didn't get to bed till 3 a.m. And then it's like I have to get up and the whole apartment's a mess because we had people over the night before. So then Bryce is still sleeping for 2 hours.
Apartment's a mess.
So I have to go and clean up all the shit.
Your apartment's a mess.
No, it's not a mess. It's not compared to your standards.
Yeah, my standards are high. Bryce's.
But then, so usually Saturday mornings, I'm like a little bit hungover. I'm tired. I'm sleep deprived. And then I have to clean up my whole apartment and do all the shit. I didn't go out last night at all. I went to bed at 11:30. It was amazing. So I woke up this morning. Maybe that's why I woke up on the right side of the bed. Just because I was so refreshed.
I usually stay up to about 1:15, watch TV.
I can't stop spilling this coffee. I even poured it in a different cup. So I didn't spill it. I'm just going to leave that there.
No, you got to wipe with your hand. And now... You wiped on your pants?
Yeah, but they're black, so you can't tell.
You're an idiot. I usually stay up to 1:15 watching TV because by the time I get in bed. But the past couple weeks, I can't stay up at 11:30. My eyes are shut in.
That's good.
Yeah, because I get up early, but I just can't do it. I'm just drained during at the end of the day.
I just woke up in a good mood, and it sets the tone for the day. I hate when I wake up in a bad mood and it sets the tone for the day. And everyone gets that.
I get it.
Sometimes for no good reason, you just wake up and you're in a funk. And then you're in a funk all day, and you're like, God damn it.
This is the first weekend because I don't have any work to do. I don't have any contracts to read, no leases. And I didn't bring home 1 ounce of work other than a couple bills I got to pay. It's like, to me, it's like a vacation. This weekend's like a vacation.
And the weather is nice outside.
I love it.
It was the perfect storm for a good mood.
And so we got people coming over to chill, drink, smoke cigars. I'm going to smoke a nice stogie.
Nice.
Be nice.
Wow. Must be nice.
Well, you'll be there.
Yes, I will be.
You'll be there.
I also last night had this dream. So weird. I had a dream.
That all men were created equal?
That I even wrote it down this morning because the memory is fading from me now. But right when I woke up, I wrote down. So let me just read this so I can. Yeah, so we were in the dream, we were watching TV, and it was like some sporting event. And there was a Russian athlete participating in the sporting event, and she they were elevated. They were like standing on the Jumbotron or something. They were really, really high. I don't know why I had this dream. And she held up a Ukrainian flag and was like, I stand with Ukraine, death to Putin or something, and then jumped off the Jumbotron to like her death because she knew that she wasn't going to live after standing against Putin.
Weird, Ronnie.
But then she jumped off the thing, but then she floated.
Because of the thing?
No, she floated in midair, and everyone was like, what? And we were sitting at home on the couch. We were like, what? What's happening? And it turns out that Putin, in the dream, this sporting event was in Russia, Putin installed fans in the sky so that no one could jump off and commit suicide. So she was suspended in midair, and then they slowly lowered her down, and then the police got her and killed her.
Nice.
So they killed her on their own accord rather than...
Okay, very creative. Weird that
she like jumped off and then fell 1 second, but then stopped like and levitated because there were
like
fans
when you
pushing
do
up
those,
against it.
I've done
like the indoor skydiving.
Correct. So you...
That was my dream.
Okay. Very creative, something to write about that, but very retarded that you even dream.
Like
about
I wrote this early this morning. Russian athlete shows Ukraine flag, then jumps off to her death, but is stopped by fans keeping her in the air. Dream.
Do you need to see somebody?
But when I woke up from that dream and I was like, wow, that was a crazy dream. But then my next thought was like, that shows that this war needs to end because the fact that it's infiltrating my dreams now,
well, that's what then you should get on Fox News because that's more important.
Yeah.
That it's infiltrating your dreams.
I got to tell Putin.
Forget about the people that are dying. This is 100% more important.
Yes.
Why should your REM be interrupted?
100%.
Yeah,
like I should be dreaming about fun shit, I'm gonna make Russian athletes.
I'm making some calls.
Putin, if you're listening to this, stop the war. Have you seen, speaking of that, have you seen all those videos of people like there are all these people that are making videos like addressing Putin directly that they think their video is going to stop the war. Have you seen any of those?
I have not. So we can watch one. But in all fairness, if it makes them feel better, they're pleading. It's not you got to.
Some are funny. Some are like the cringiest thing ever. Like there was this one Chinese guy. Let's see. Asian man Putin. Let's see if I can find this. I don't know. I know I'll be able to find the other one, and the other one's really cringy.
It's amazing.
Okay, can't find that one, but this one. So, actress and mom. This video, Dad, is so good. It's so
I gotta watch this.
Cringe. So she's an actress. She was on what's her name? Anna Lynn McCord. I don't know what she's on. She's on 90210.
Let me see.
And Nip Talk.
Let me see. Let me see.
This chick?
You think I could see that?
You can't? She's just like a B-list actress, right? Like, whatever. Right. She's just like a blonde girl. She made this video, and it's so funny.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes.
So
pure
cringe.
Demise
It goes on
words
woman.
Well, it's a poem.
Under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm. So much love.
The ego on this chick.
It's a little weird, even though it is cringy, but I want to watch the rest.
There's a whole war going on with a bunch of people, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to solve this.
I'm going to make
Putin,
it about myself.
If I was your mother, this would be this stopped.
This is funny. People are bizarre.
Laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you?
I can't imagine what was going through her head.
She thinks she's acting right now.
Nor away.
But like I want to know what was happening before, because she's in her apartment, right? She's in her living room. Correct. She definitely was like, you know what? I'm going to solve it. Oh my God. And she like went to her husband. She was like, you know what? I'm going to solve it.
I look at where she's trying to do this to get a job. Her acting. She's acting.
Well, she's definitely acting.
You see the pause in the facial expression.
Well, she's like reading a poem. She's trying to sound poetic.
So I think she's saying maybe somebody will hire me.
Now this like super backfired. She got a lot of bad press because everyone was like, "Why the fuck would you do this? People are dying." So you think this is going to solve anything?
This raise a question though. What was Putin's background growing up? So like, do we know? Was he like sodomized? Like, what was his background?
I mean, I don't know. To be honest,
like, does anyone know?
To be honest, I don't know. All I know about his background, the earliest I know, is that when he was like in his 20s, he started in KGB, which was like the Soviet CIA.
Interesting.
So he was a KGB officer all his life, and then went into politics after that. That's all I know. I don't know about his childhood. I'm sure a lot of his childhood is under wraps.
Right,
I'm sure he's changed a lot.
So powerful, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, go on.
So I mean,
another minute. I don't need to watch.
Oh no, we don't need to watch any more of this. It's super
shy from taking back the world. It was it because so early in life, all that strife racked your little body with fear.
The rhyming is so cringe too.
If I was your mother, if the world was cold, I'd have died to make you warm. I'd have died to protect you from the unjust,
Does she
the
have kids?
violence,
I don't know.
terror.
She better fucking have kids.
It's weird. Does she end it in a certain way or no?
It just is the same.
It's a little weird. It's weird.
Does she have kids? Oh yeah, she has a baby.
Doesn't even look like her.
Yeah, she's an actress. Actresses are the ultimate.
She looks much better
shapeshifters.
as a blonde, dude.
Yeah, that happened.
that
happened the other day, and it was so
A lot of
cringy.
backlash?
Yeah, everyone was like, "Shut the fuck up! This is a war. This has nothing to do with a random B-list actress."
What would make her want to do that?
Yeah.
It has to be attention. It's all.
No, it's egotistical acting. What I've been around many actors.
Okay, watch the dog.
Yeah.
He's on my foot.
I've been around many actors, and it shapes how their brains work because everyone around them is playing up their importance. They're every day they show up to work,
So they become
and everyone
narcissists.
Yeah, and they can't help but do it. It's not even maliciously narcissistic. They genuinely internally think, I can solve this because everyone in their life has led them to believe that they can.
People are strange, man.
It's like when COVID first hit. Remember when COVID first hit and everyone was going into lockdowns and everyone was losing their jobs and all this bad shit was happening. People were dying. And then all those actors made that Imagine music video, remember?
No.
All these actors did a lip sync song to like Imagine.
And who are they?
Right.
Like, fuck that.
And so they were like, this is going to heal the world.
We are the world.
Yeah.
With the
And all the
affable.
actors were like, this is going to heal the world. And everyone was like, shut the fuck up. You're doing this from your mansions with your multi-million-dollar lifestyle.
Which they're allowed to have.
Of course. But then it's like, you guys think that you're doing this and it's going to help me who just got fired from a job and my wife is in the hospital dying from COVID. Like, shut up. It's just egotistical
People are
actors.
weird. People are weird, man. I say it all the time.
Actors are very weird.
But people are fucked up. People are... Whatever. Everyone knows my thoughts on people.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Putin, if you're listening, dude, stop this war because you infiltrated my dreams
Vladimir,
last night.
if I was your father, I would hold you in my arms and beat your fucking head to I'd break your fucking skull and I'll watch it bleed out.
Yeah.
And say, honey, come in. Look, his first brain hemorrhage.
You would be doing the world a service.
Yes, he should be. Vladimir, if you don't mind if I call you Vlad, do you? If I was your father,
Speaking
Hickory
of this,
Dickory Dock,
speaking of
Vladimir
Ukraine,
sucks cock. Go ahead.
that's.
Okay.
I hesitated for a second on which button I wanted to press. Okay. Speaking of other important news,
Because that was such important
well, I'm
news.
talking about like Russia, Ukraine.
Yeah. Sad.
The Oscars are happening soon, and they announced their hosts for the Oscars. If you could guess who the worst, not Lizzo, because that's probably who you would go first. If you could guess one of the worst people that could host the Oscars, where would you go? Like, who would you think? You probably wouldn't even guess this person because they're so irrelevant. And there's who's chosen.
Pelosi, Clinton? Who?
No, it's someone in Hollywood.
Okay, irrelevant.
Yeah.
Give me a clue. Give me 4 people's names.
No, I'll give you a clue. It's a woman, obviously.
Of course it is.
They are not funny, but they think they're funny. They are ugly and also don't have a good body.
It's not...
Maybe you won't get it. Maybe I'll just
I
tell you.
won't get it. Wait, give me... Lesbian or not?
No. It's Amy Schumer. They chose Amy
Oh,
Schumer.
God. Why her?
Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes.
Well, they're
the most irrelevant people in Hollywood.
That shows you about the Oscars.
Isn't that crazy?
Shows you how... First of all, Wanda Sykes, seriously?
Wanda Sykes hasn't been relevant since 1992.
And she's a lesbian, just so you know that.
Okay.
And second of all, she's nasty. She's just not funny, nothing.
They like threw her in after the fact
To throw a black
just
lesbian.
to have a black woman in.
And a lesbian. Now,
It was Amy Schumer as like the main host.
Amy Schumer, honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, again, who does she know in
For real.
Hollywood? No, I'm asking, how did she get? But then I don't
It's
get
because she's a woman and she is plus size and she talks about it. That's
also,
why she's
I also don't get the whole Ellen DeGeneres thing. How she made it.
No, of course.
So I don't get how.
Well, Ellen
O'Connor,
probably is
what's the dyke comedian
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, like who does she know?
Yeah, but I think Rosie O'Donnell at least used to be funny. And same with Ellen. Like Ellen in the 90s, I think used to be funny and raunchy before she got her show. Amy Schumer never laughed a second at her.
I don't get how any of these people.
I don't know anyone who likes Amy Schumer.
Well, that shows you about the Oscars. But I'm not watching. Would you ever watch it? It's a waste of time. You'll never get it back.
I will never watch it ever. I have had negative interest in watching the Oscars over the last 4 years. I think everyone else does. I think their viewership is lower than one episode of Joe Rogan.
Political statements are wrong.
Yeah.
No one likes it.
The Oscars, Amy Schumer was on the Drew Barrymore show this week, which is a hilarious sentence.
Drew Barrymore show.
Yeah. Have you heard about the
No.
Drew Barrymore has like a daytime talk show, like an Oprah style show.
I want to be honest though. I like her. I like
Drew?
Okay, I know nothing about her other than the role she plays that's cute.
She
Like the wedding
seems
singer,
harmless.
51st
Right.
Dates. Like I like
I don't
her
dislike her at
I
all.
like her in those roles. She just seems cute.
Yeah, I don't dislike
But
her.
I know nothing about her. So she has her own show. All right, good for her.
Yeah, she has her own show, which is fine. But like,
When this ends, she'll join The View.
yeah, probably.
Probably.
Her show's, I think, probably even bigger than The View. So on Amy Schumer went on
Guys would never stand and
her
watch this.
show, and Drew asked Amy, like, how is it? What are you going to be doing hosting the Oscars with such like a turmoil in the world right now? Do you address it? Do you ignore it? All that stuff.
Oh, they're gonna fucking make total political statements.
Amy said she is trying to get Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, to zoom into the Oscars and give a political address.
That's what he should be doing during the war. Yeah.
So many things wrong with that.
Could you imagine? Seriously, you're gonna bother the leader of the fucking who needs to protect. You know what it's like? Here's what it's like: the cruise ship going down, literally sinking. Call the captain, say,
and have him do a dance number for
right.
us.
Can you call him and say, listen, can you just do a shout out to my son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a cameo, whatever they call those
So
things.
she said, she was like, we have so many eyes and ears on this show that it just seems like we have to do it. And it's like, first of all, you don't have so many eyes and ears.
And you don't have to.
No one watches the Oscars.
And it's offensive.
It's offensive, but then it's also like dangerous. So Tim Dillon was talking about this on his episode this week, and he was like, he was like, these out of touch Hollywood people are just going to celebrate whatever Zelensky says, and that's really dangerous because Zelensky is calling for a no-fly zone over Ukraine. Every day he's asking the U.S. to institute a no-fly zone, which if we do and we enforce it, will be an act of war against Russia, and therefore will be World War III. If we do a no-fly zone.
Can you explain this no-fly zone thing to me that I always hear about? I don't really fully understand.
Yeah, it's still March Madness.
I'm so mad.
Well, all the brackets I hope are going strong. And while you are dealing with your sports madness, I'm over here dealing with my grooming madness with the help of Manscaped.
I'm gonna let him talk.
Just trying to make it relevant.
The product speaks for itself. Bottom line, dude.
I'm trying to make it relevant to the good people at home. But if that didn't work, then just hear these words. Go buy Manscaped. Head over to manscaped.com. Check out their whole lineup, which we're fans of over here at Daddy Issues. Not only fans of their amazing electronic products, such as the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the best trimmer on the market, in my personal opinion. And you can trust me because look at all this hair.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I haven't used it on my chest in a while.
Do that in your apartment. Don't do that here. That's so much hair.
You can trust me as part wolf man that I know what a good trimmer is. And the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best that I've used.
No nicks.
No.
Lasts a long time. The battery's great. Using the fucking bathroom.
I literally haven't charged mine in
and
4
yours
months.
is like a fucking weed whacker because you.
Yeah, it's working extra hard, extra RPMs on that.
Yeah, and it doesn't nick. And again, you can use it in the shower, which is great. You can wet or
fully
dry.
waterproof.
Yeah, it's
wireless charging.
Wow, you're a motherfucker.
If you don't have a good trimmer, or if you do, you don't have one like this. If you're in the market for a new one, head over to manscaped.com. Look at the Lawnmower 4.0. Well worth an investment. It's really great, and it's at a great price too. And you'll get an even better price by listening to our show.
That's right.
Because if you head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20, you get 20% off and free shipping on all their products. So not only on the Lawnmower 4.0, but on all their new premium products, which is their new line of lotions and shampoos and deodorant and spray, which I use every day now in my grooming regimen. And the shit smells awesome.
We've never steered you wrong. You listen to us on all the shit. You agree with what we have to say. Just buy the fucking product. You'll thank us. I guarantee it.
Yeah. So head over to manscaped.com. Use the code DaddyIssues20. You get 20% off and free shipping. And you will make your life better. And in turn, it actually makes our life better.
And also, your significant other will enjoy it too.
If you have that, yes.
If not, get one.
So a no-fly zone. He's calling for NATO to enforce a no-fly zone over Ukraine.
But they're not part of NATO.
Ukraine is not.
Right. They're trying to, but they're not part of it.
So
right?
so what would happen if NATO puts in a no-fly zone? That would mean to Russia, we would be saying if any Russian forces invade Ukrainian airspace,
then NATO countries get involved and protect them.
We will deem it as an act of war against us because we put this no-fly zone out.
Okay.
Of course. So if we do that, it's and by the way, Putin said 2 weeks ago, as the no-fly zone talks were first coming out, Putin said any country that institutes a no-fly zone or aids in actual warfare with Ukraine, Russia will consider an act of war against us. So the second we institute a no-fly zone, it's World War III. It just is. It's going.
Okay, it might end up having to be World War III, though. I hate to break it because
no, it shouldn't be.
Okay, but
we need to strike a deal. These countries need to strike a deal.
I get it, but let me explain something to you. Putin's not going to stop after Ukraine. You know that. You have to say
he will because the economy is so destroyed that he can't do it again.
I don't agree with you.
We need to strike a deal.
I think what's the other country he did many years ago?
Well, Crimea, not another country. Georgia as well. He's invaded Georgia.
So
my point, not the state.
Okay, I understand because we need our peaches. But the thing is this. How many years ago was that? Like 10 years ago?
Crimea was 2014. Georgia was 2010, I think.
Okay, so they were like 12 years ago. It's another 10 years before he's not going to stop. He's not. Maybe he'll die. He'll be dead.
Yeah, I think there might be a coup before that happens again. But we need to. It's time to come to the table on the world stage and strike up a deal. It's time.
And what's the deal? Take part of Ukraine?
Yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal. I'd rather Russia have part of Ukraine than half the world be dead. Like, literally. I think that's a better deal for everyone. The only person that sucks for is Zelensky. That's even better for the Ukrainians. Because if they don't take that deal, they're all going to die. So it's even better for the Ukrainians.
I don't know
the only
the
person it's bad for is the president. Because he will be killed or ousted. So he doesn't want that.
I'm a little torn because I understand the practical and the issues of us getting involved, but there's a part of me that I just don't like the bullying and the fucking thing, and I want to fucking.
I know, but but the world powers are bullies. We're a bully, so it's like. But we don't need to kill a bully. We can just stop
But there's
them.
a humanitarian component to us, and there's a due process.
But there isn't. That's just the propaganda that you've been told.
I don't want to get in this whole conversation.
I know, me neither. But there isn't.
With you.
What Russia's doing to Ukraine is exactly what we did to Iraq. It's exactly what we did to Afghanistan. It's exactly.
But those are shit countries.
No,
it's different. Those are evil, bad countries.
Why?
Because they
tell me how Afghanistan's evil. Because they don't like us. That doesn't make them evil.
Okay. All right. Easy to kill her.
Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda is not Afghanistan. The Taliban is not Afghanistan.
Okay, but they would like take over Israel.
Certain of them.
Israel.
Oh, okay, but that's not an American act.
But I have an issue with that because I have an affiliation.
Okay, but does that mean we need? If they want to take over Israel, does that mean we need to go invade no matter what before they do it?
100%.
But what if they never did?
But
that's like saying Russia wants to.
Listen. I don't want roaches in my house.
This is such a whole argument that can go down,
and I don't want to spend an hour on it. No. I don't want to. I want to have fun.
But basically, we, in my opinion, we should not do a no-fly zone because I don't want to go to a war where thousands and possibly millions will die. A lot of people do want to go to war in America. A lot. Half of them want to go to war because it's just like entertainment. So many people in this country are treating this war like a movie they're watching, and so it's like gives them something. It was COVID was like the movie, and now this war is the movie. And then the other half want to because they'll make billions of dollars by going to war.
But there are people, I talk to some of my friends that are similar to me, and they have an issue. They feel they agree. I agree that America's still the powerhouse. We're still a bigger army, and we can fucking put an end to this thing.
We're the bigger army, right? We can put an end, but there will be no winner. Sure, it might end.
But it also sends a message. Don't you send? Sometimes you got to send a message. Like, for example, you have an employee that's a problem. You terminate the employee, or they leave and you got to sue them for, let's say, a breach of covenant.
But is it worth terminating the employee if on their last day they're going to torch your entire office? So you're going to lose your entire office.
Same analogy.
It is.
It's not the same analogy.
It is, because if we fire this employee, which is a metaphor for stopping Russia with a war, they will kill us. We might win.
They won't kill us.
We might win, but we'll also die.
There are people that will die. Of course.
Yeah, and I don't want that.
Okay.
Because it can be solved with pen and paper and not lives.
I don't think with Putin, unfortunately, Bronson, you're coming from a rational standpoint. I don't think Putin is rational.
But Putin is rational, and we need no one in America is thinking rationally, except, I hate to say it, the Biden administration, because they're very, very staunchly anti-war in this position. And the fact that anyone is even pro-war, I can't believe you're even saying. I don't think people. You're saying we need to stop it.
I'm not pro-war. I'm just saying that if we are the strength and we are there, I think there's a part of me that says
I don't think we're the strength.
Okay,
though.
but
NATO is not America.
I think America is, and I still think there's a part of me that says we have an obligation. It's like if I'm walking down the street and see somebody beating somebody up, I might not know the person, but I think I have an obligation as a person to break that up and get involved. Stop picking your fucking
Would you
fingers.
still do it if you lost both your arms? That's what it'll be. Would you stop it if you lost both your arms?
That's a risk. I'm not, but I also believe you have to try it. I believe just not getting involved. If I see somebody beating somebody up in the street, I have to get involved. That's who I am.
Or it might be the better move to step into the situation and say to the person who's beating up the person, okay, you can get one more punch, but then you're done.
I get it, but
that's way better than going and punching that person.
That's not realistic. No, if I see somebody picking on somebody, I'm going to fucking choke them and tap them, make sure they fucking tap out.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's no right or wrong answer.
And there's no way to know what's going to happen.
And by the way, and understand, I'm not saying, because there's times I want to get involved, but yet I agree, I don't want people to die, but yet our people are dying. Look, as Kamala said it, Russia bad, Ukraine good, war bad.
So you were just saying that America's still a powerhouse in the world. I saw this today on Sky News Australia, which is like an Australian news.
I figured that by the name of it.
This is what they were running today. So, you're like, America's still the powerhouse in the world. Well, this is how Australia views us.
Well, I don't care how people view us.
But how can you be the powerhouse of the world if everyone views you as not the powerhouse? Then you're not the powerhouse.
I understand, but we
should care how everyone views us.
Well, we can't because we have Biden in office and that government.
But he's America.
Okay, slow down.
He's us.
Slow the fuck down.
But how can we be the powerhouse but our president isn't?
Our army is significantly stronger and more resources and more people than fucking Russia army.
That's true.
So therefore, if we're gonna get in a gang fight and there's 100 on the other side and it's 10 of us, they're stronger.
But not necessarily.
Lower.
But not necessarily, because if you talk about the 300 Spartans versus the 10 million Persians, they still won because they were stronger.
Okay.
Just like we watched those Russian ads. Dad, we watched the ad of the Russian military and we watched the ad of the American military.
I get it, but I'm telling you right now,
the whole year you've been saying the American military is a bunch of pussies.
Okay. What I'm saying is this. The way Russia handled this thing with Ukraine, I never thought it was going to go on this long. The fact of how they handled it, the fact they didn't put that much thought into it, I am telling you, I still have faith in our fucking American, the way people want their fucking freedom and who we are when we go on. Let me finish. And will you roll in your eyes? And how we will come together. For example.
I definitely don't have faith that we'll come together.
Okay, I disagree. When 9/11,
we already aren't coming together.
When 9/11 happened, the fucking people, Americans,
but that was a different time.
All right, Bronny.
I thought we were going to come together during COVID, and then it drew us further apart. I thought even this. A lot of people in this country are like, Putin deserves to be taking Ukraine. Like, we can't even come together on that.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. I want to hear about this, but I'm just telling you right now, I 100% think that my opinion is if I think we are much stronger than Russia.
So, yeah, I mean, you said that the people in Ukraine, like Russia has been having a much harder time defending or taking over Ukraine, which is totally true. The Ukrainian people have stood up in an amazing way. Do you think if Russia was on American soil fighting like they were in Ukraine, the American people would be as strong as the Ukrainians? I am so confident in my answer of no. I don't agree. We would never fight like the Ukrainians
are. I think people want
our government
freedom.
Would never. All the Ukrainian government officials and the mayors of these cities are fighting on the front lines. You think our government is doing that shit?
Fuck
of course not.
I'm talking about the people of America.
You think people in Los Angeles will defend? No, they'll run, Dad. I really don't. Okay. I hope you're right, but I don't think Americans are strong like that.
Okay, I don't agree with you. But I don't agree with you.
since the first episode of this podcast, every single episode we talk about how weak Americans are.
I get
Why
it.
would all of a sudden which Americans haven't seen a war in 50
because
years?
when push comes to shove, I think that when people's freedoms are taken away, I think that people will not permit it.
But we saw through COVID that so many freedoms were taken away, and not only did people permit it, but they rolled over and let the government lick their bellies.
One side.
But it was a majority because they're in the power. It was a majority.
Well, listen, I think there would be a civil war in our own thing.
But you just said this would bring the country together. But now there's going to be a civil war?
No. What I'm saying is I think there's enough people that will not permit it that let's separate the two. Okay, the people that...
But then how would we bind together if we're separated into two?
Our group of people, I think, would...
But also, by the way...
Listen, Bronson, in Ukraine, there's definitely people that are a bunch of fucking pussies not fighting and running away. There are.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
But the reality is, there... Now, here's the difference, too. The Ukraine army is not large enough. So, therefore, the civilians, they're giving weapons to civilians, so civilians have to fight.
Right, we wouldn't have to fight.
In America... Our army, we have a huge army and we have huge resources and huge amount of supplies. So we might not have to fight, but if we were called to fight, I think people would fucking fight.
I would hope
Nobody wants to go fight. I don't, as a human person, you don't want to leave your family and risk that you might never come back. But I have to believe that if it's for the freedom and for the life of your wife and your children, I'm going to fucking fight till my death.
I would hope people would rise to the occasion.
And if they don't, then they die.
But there's a lot of people on the right, like a lot of alt-right people are on Putin's side with this. They're rooting for him. Okay. So they might even welcome him to come to America because he'll stop the woke American shit from happening. He'll take Biden out of... There's a lot of people that are pro-Putin in this country, in this situation.
I don't think... They might be pro... Putin for whatever fucking reason with Ukraine, but I don't think if he came to invade America.
Well, they might be like, he'll get rid of Biden. That'll be good.
No, Bronny. Nobody wants Putin to come in and invade America.
There were definitely people in this country that would want him to drain the swamp of Pelosi, and he'll make it so we don't live in a woke country anymore with trans shit. There are definitely people who feel that way in this country.
Okay, well, they're idiots.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we should just write them off. Just because I'm actually more afraid of idiots than smart people because they will do shit that they don't think
they don't care, right?
Right.
No,
idiots are scarier than smart people.
Nothing to lose.
Yes, exactly. So this was running in Australian news yesterday. Now, I will give the caveat. Sky News is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who also owns Fox News. So they definitely have an agenda.
Yep.
But still, the fact that this is running in a different country shows you how the world thinks about us.
We know how the world thinks about us.
But that's not good. Here, let's just watch this.
As the situation in Ukraine worsens, it's become increasingly clear that American weakness can have damaging consequences. Have a look at this today from President Biden.
She was a former governor of the state of Michigan, wrong. She was a former state, she was a governor. And Ambassador Leonard Thomas Greenfield, who has done a little change in the arrangement of who's on the stage because of the First Lady's husband contracting COVID. But
that's it.
So with that, what happened was Kamala's husband contracted COVID.
Yeah.
So he meant the vice president's husband.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. And everyone laughed, thinking that he just made a joke. But
she's fine.
He doesn't even get it.
No, he genuinely messed up. He wasn't making a joke.
The second lady, the first gentleman.
Yeah, pause it for a minute.
It'd be fun.
Wait. We know he's pathetic. He's an old man.
He is our country.
Okay, but
you can't say America's strong, but our country's weak. That can't happen. Okay. We are what our president is.
All right, Ronnie, I love you. I hear you, what you're saying. I don't disagree with conceptually what you're saying, but I know he's a joke, but I don't think America is weak.
But you say each week that the American people are weak.
American people, stop picking your nails. I hear you, and I listen.
I'm just calling out your own things.
I'm not saying, but I think when push comes to shove, there's enough people that will not. I speak to a lot of people out there that I.
But talk is different than showing up.
But
when is the last time that Americans have showed you
but we're talking
that they're behind their word?
Hypotheticals. I'm just saying that the reality is I don't think. Okay, for me, I'd fucking fight and do what I got to save my fucking wife and my kids. Period. What if someone else does? I mean, people are fucking pathetic, but then they'll fucking die. Let them fucking die.
So will our country.
Okay,
let's keep
our country's
this.
not dying.
Funny if it wasn't serious. I mean, it's not just one embarrassing faux pas. Time and time again, it's consistent, it's embarrassing, it's dangerous. Just at a time when Western leadership is more important than any other time in our history since the Second World War. Joining me now to discuss this and a whole lot more around the world.
The fact that this is how another country is speaking about our country is embarrassing to me as a citizen of this country.
News host Corey Bernardi and the Daily Telegraph's political editor and an outsider's stalwart, James Morrow. Corey, is it any wonder why Putin and Xi and almost every other bad guy around the world isn't scared of this bloke?
Also, so Australian. Isn't scared of this bloke?
I think you summed it up. The world is at a critical juncture and Joe Biden is the leader we don't need right now. Little wonder these other leaders are chancing their arm. They know America is weak. It is deeply compromised. And I have to say, Peter,
all I'm saying is that's scary. I'm just saying that's scary that other countries, that's how they're viewing us now. Look, I don't want to live in a world where the rest of the countries think of us.
So then what are you going to die?
No, I'm just saying we need to change things.
Okay, I don't think anyone disagrees that we need to get rid of him. However,
not even just him. It's so much bigger of a problem than just him.
I'm telling you, all the people that voted him in are all moving to Florida now. They all hate what the fuck. I mean, it's a joke. He was voted for anti-Trump, not for voting him. Anyone else would have been better than him. Hillary Clinton would have been better than him.
No, Hillary Clinton definitely wouldn't have been.
Oh, I can't believe you just said that. You're right.
Well, the reason why is because if Hillary was president when this happened, we would already be in the war. We would have already had troops in Russia. She is the most power-hungry warmonger that's been in the country. In
he's
office.
He's like an old grandfather, just a kid that's
right. But at least he's being rational in this.
You're aggravating. I'm getting fucking uptight talking about this.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I got to move the fuck on because I don't want to talk more about fucking Biden, who aggravates the fuck out of me, and he's pathetic and whatever. Fucking.
Okay, so then I won't bring up. I mean, there were other things.
What, more of this dickwad?
No, we don't need to talk about that as well.
What was it? Oh, what's this thing about China maybe taking over the currency, the standard of currency or whatever?
The oil dollar, you mean? So Saudi Arabia has started trade. So oil, I don't really know all the details in this. I'm not that well educated in this sector of the world, but unlike the oil market, it's all traded in U.S. dollars, right? Like oil barrels are all counted in U.S. dollars, and it's all the currency of oil in the world is in U.S. dollars. I don't know why it's been like that way, but it is. Saudi Arabia last week started accepting Chinese yen for oil barrels now, which is the first time ever in history. So it's I don't know the ramifications of that, but that's what you're talking about, which is, dangerous. And now there are new reports, which are coming from the State Department. So who knows? I don't really trust what they're saying because they want to kind of get us into a war. But there are reports from the government that's saying that China is now sending military aid and weapons to Russia in this war. So it's that. It's just that's scary as shit.
Look at him.
Yeah.
No, it's scary because the bad guys are going to stick together. 100%. The bad people.
Yeah, but no one will win. If it's Russia and China and North Korea and India versus Europe and the U.S., no one will win. We'll all die. It'll be so bad.
If we die, we die.
Right, but I don't want to die.
I don't either. But when you're dead, you're dead.
But I'm not dead right now.
I get it. So live your life. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like you are. You're going to fucking Europe for 17 days.
Yeah. I went to lunch or dinner this week with AJ.
Did he tell you a song?
Yeah, he did.
It was so cute. Little AJ with his Daytona.
He was like, so AJ, for those who don't know, is my best friend from growing up. He lives in New York now, but he was down in Miami this week for work. And so we went out to dinner this week
to El Molino.
Il Gabbiano, which was the restaurant that we used to go to. His dad used to take us there all the time when we were younger.
Isn't that where we went to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was AJ and I used to go there all the time for dinner in Miami when we were younger. So to go there now as adults and we were paying our own bill, it was kind of nice and fun.
What you eat?
We got a mushroom ravioli, lobster ravioli.
Sure, why not?
Chicken. Well, there were four of us and we split.
Who was the? Oh,
AJ's girlfriend came and she brought a friend.
Was she cute?
Yeah, she was nice.
Nothing but nothing. Did you hook up with her?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even
She's
go
not old enough.
I didn't even go into it.
She wasn't in her 40s. Yeah. A lot of my friends are commenting about that.
Dad, it's a problem. My whole life is ruined because of that.
No, a lot of my friends are saying,
Dad, it's a huge problem.
All my guy friends are wondering if they can have their wives around you.
That it's a huge problem because now it's they say like
we're having about 8 couples over tonight. They're all in their 50s, and every one of the guy friends called me up and said, "Is Bronson going to be there or not?" That's not true.
They say that you can be right. What's the saying? You can design 10 skyscrapers in Manhattan,
and you suck one cock,
and you're a cocksucker.
And you're known as a cock, right?
So it's like I have
one thing. You're a motherfucker.
Yeah,
you're literally a motherfucker.
But now it's like that is everyone knows that's who I am.
No, wait. Here's the bigger problem. Those kids, her kids, are going to get older and see that.
Wait, they're going to have daddy issues, and then it'll come full circle. That's why we did this show.
Wow.
They're not going to see it. Why would they ever know?
All right, go on.
I went to.
So wait, AJ,
I went over. But before I went over to.
Has she reached out to you?
That mom.
Do you have that number?
No, I told you I didn't get any numbers.
Is she gonna pay for your graduate school?
So I went over to the Leeds house last weekend, which is Burke's girlfriend's family. Who's the one who I went to Colorado with. I went to Colorado with Burke's girlfriend's brother. And so I went over to their house last week, and the mom was...
She's so... No,
she
don't say names.
Why?
First and last name. Stop with the name.
Okay, I'll bleep it. We were in the living room just hanging out, or in the kitchen.
Take the last name out too.
Yeah, we were in the kitchen, and she comes up to me. She goes, "Bronson, I listened to the last episode of your podcast," and I was like, "No, do not." First of all, now I'm super embarrassed. 2, don't tell me that with the smirk on your face. Like, get out of here. I don't want to hear that from you.
Is she trying to get?
No, she's a mom. It's like, don't tell me that you heard me that I had sex with a mom. Get out of here.
Terrible. I'm disappointed in you. Proud and disappointed.
And then one of the other siblings was like, because I left my computer charger in Colorado and I had them bring it back to me.
I know you did.
And one of the other siblings was like, yeah, that wasn't the only thing you left to Colorado. And I was like, what do you mean? They were like, your dignity. You left your dignity in Colorado.
Wow. A lot of people have been coming up to me about it.
It's a problem.
You'll get over it.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of DMs from friends and like girls who I've talked to or whatever that are like, oh, I guess I can't hang out with you anymore. I'm not 45 or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to go to...
so I went to Il Gabbiano, which it was very nice to like reconnect with an old friend. His girlfriend was there, and they've been dating for 3 years, and I'd never met her. Very nice.
Good.
So
Jewish?
Yeah.
Good for him.
So that was super nice. They're moving into an apartment together in
for him.
New York.
But he had his stainless Daytona. He had his suit on. He's meeting a client.
He told me, he was like, I was so nervous that your dad was going to embarrass me. And I was like, embarrass you? What would he say? And
wasn't I nice? He said
he said that you said when the client wasn't there that you were like, oh, you look so cute. And he was like, that if he said that in front of the client, I would have been so embarrassed.
No, I wouldn't do that.
And I was also like, why would you be embarrassed? Who cares?
But no, I love AJ.
AJ, he texted me. He goes, I just saw your dad at lunch. And I texted, I said, Mario's or Top 42, ? Because that I knew.
Mario's,
I was like, it was one of those.
I don't go to lunch, but when I do, Mario's. But Tap 42 is low key good. I got to go to that place.
Yeah,
I like that salmon bowl.
And that's where his office is. So that's why I thought you might have run into there.
It was nice seeing it. I love AJ. It was nice seeing him. He looked good. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, shout out AJ.
Like a young adult.
I enjoyed our dinner, and then as we were leaving the restaurant, because it's an Italian restaurant,
right.
And as we were leaving the restaurant, I go grazie to the waiter because I'm brushing up on my Italian for the trip.
Yeah, good for you. I'm proud of you. Good story.
Thank you.
So so that was funny seeing him. He goes, yeah, I'm seeing Bronny tonight. That was hysterical. Who would have ever thought? He was sitting right next to us.
Yeah, just coincidence.
Little AJ. Wow, I feel old.
You are old.
Oh.
I'm watching that show Severance on Apple that I was watching last night. I can't get it out of my head. It's so good, Dad.
Should I watch it?
You gotta watch it. Everyone here has to watch it.
Severance. All right, I'll watch it.
And the idea of it, I can't stop thinking about the idea.
The acting's very peculiar.
I noticed that.
Yeah, but I noticed, right.
So the show, for those who don't know, the show is it's the idea that there's this company and you can undergo a procedure to work there where it cuts your brain in 2. And so when you enter the office building, your brain of your personal life ceases to exist, and it's only your work self. So you can only form memories of you at work. And then the second you leave, that part of your brain shuts off, and then it's your personal life self, so you can only form personal memories. So when you're out of work, you have no idea of what happened at work, who your friends are at work, nothing. You have no recollection of it. And then the second you enter work, you have no recollection of your personal life. So you could so there literally are 2 selves, and they call them their innies and their outies. So the people,
that belly button.
well, like the people in the office
Are innies.
will say, "Oh yeah, my Audi definitely worked out this week because my arms are really sore."
Interesting.
Something like that. But that idea is insane because it makes sense.
Very creative that people write this shit. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, it makes sense because in our lives now, we kind of do have two selves. You have your work self and you have your home self. Right? Like you have all these experiences and memories and relationships and people at work that do not exist in the house.
I get it.
Like I have no idea who you work with. You spend more time with them. Like the people I spend time with at work, I mean, I only speak to them because I'm remote. I speak to them more than I speak to anyone. But then the second I'm home, I never talk to you about what I do at work and stuff, you know?
Right.
So it took that idea and made it really
It's
extreme.
interesting.
And then there's all this mysterious stuff going on.
Like you don't know what's what.
Like I'm literally
Good cast, by the way.
great cast.
Yeah.
The whole season's directed and written by Ben Stiller. He created the show.
Interesting.
I'm 6 hours into the show and I still have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Will it
but
keep
I love that.
Will it keep my attention knowing my personality?
Yes. Because it's like two shows in one. Because there's the whole show when they're in the workplace, and then there's all the out there. Because it's like two different characters when they're out and when they're in. It's really good, and it's just crazy. They show you like, because if your brain shuts off from making memories when you leave the door, it's an elevator, and so when they go up the elevator, their brain shifts
triggers it,
back.
yeah.
And you can see it like they literally shift and they become a different person.
And they chose to get this
They
operation?
chose, yeah. Because they all had like the main guy, his wife died in a car accident, and so he's so distraught that the idea of having 8 hours a day where he has no recollection of that appealed to him. So in his Audi version is depressed and whatever, but then every time he goes down the elevator, he's a chipper, happy worker, and he's here in corporate environment, and he has no recollection of
the voices.
But that's how he talks. He even is like, "Hello and welcome to," you know. But then when he's his Audi, he's sad and depressed. And he's crying.
Severance on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely recommend
I got to find time.
because you're always like, "There's some good shows on."
I don't sound like that, by the way, but yes, there's just no great TV.
There
I
is.
want, and you watch that other one, Virgin?
Virgin?
No,
Pam and Tommy was good. I watched that.
no, but I watched the one where the black guy goes to that house. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Archive 81.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Was it worth watching?
Severance, I think, is definitely better
I'll start with Severance.
because Severance is high. It like feels very, it's very, very well made, and you can tell that like every single shot is purposeful and there's a meaning behind everything. Archive 81 was more just like campy, fun, like
Okay.
yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. We can talk about this next.
I'm so glad you deal with the topics. I don't have to fucking think about it. I would never know what fucking topics to get. Seriously, I couldn't even fucking tell you the topics.
Do you want like a fun thing or a triggering thing? You pick, because
Go.
we'll do one more thing and then we'll do a follow-up advice. So pick a fun thing or a triggering thing. I'll give it up to you.
Ooh, big decisions.
We'll get to the other one in the Patreon, so we're gonna cover both.
Do the fun thing.
Okay.
I don't be triggered. I fucking
No,
buy anything
we'll save the
wrong.
trigger thing.
I know
this one will trigger you,
People want me to be triggered.
but they'll have to join the Patreon then.
Word up.
Patreon.com/DaddyIssuesPod.
And being that Bronny's unemployed in 2 weeks, it would be a great help.
Yes, everyone should definitely join. Banks is about to bark. I can see it in his face.
Look at that face. How cute, though. Look at him. He's like, why are you not paying
See?
attention to me?
There he goes.
What are you doing, puppy?
Also, I'm looking at those Jon and Bron 2024 shirts. There's about 6 of them left. So
That's it. Those are it.
That's it for that's it.
There's
so
one,
everyone
two,
should definitely
three.
go.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yeah, everyone should definitely go to the shop and buy those now because also I want your money and don't you want a shirt? So go do
That's
it.
it.
And we'll sign them for you too. Of
course.
We just sent one out to who did we send it? I think her name was Abby. So
Abby.
shout out Abby.
It was Abby, yeah.
We just signed. We wrote a whole fucking essay on the back of the shirt for her, on the front of the shirt.
Bottom left corner. But
Yeah. Okay. So for fun things, this I really want to talk about. It's funny. It's not really fun, but it's funny. Actually, and guess what? It's a cancel court, so you can click the cancel court button. It's been
This
a while.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. Dr. Seuss, Mr. Potato Head. What's next, boy? Word. Cancel. What does that mean? That's fucking crazy. Oh my God. Boom.
Actually, Thad wrote us a shorter version of this, but I haven't uploaded it to the board yet.
Wait, it's too long, you think?
It's a little too long.
Okay, go ahead.
But also shout out Thad. He wrote that, and then he also made a shorter version. I just have been too lazy. And
We don't want people to cancel our version.
Yeah. So
Stop
the
picking your nails.
CEO of Estee Lauder got canceled this week. Estee Lauder is like the huge
Man or woman?
man.
Okay.
He got This might be the best story of the year.
Fucking idiots. People
It literally-
are retarded.
It might be the best story of the year because it's so funny. And it's so the CEO of Estee Lauder, who's been the CEO for 10 years, got canceled.
He's got plenty of money.
Yeah, his salary was $10 million. He got canceled this week for this. I want you to read the post. He posted on his Instagram.
And this is not a trigger thing. This is funny.
No, it's funny. He posted this on his Instagram, and I want you to read it because I don't think you're going to understand what it means.
Fair enough.
And then, so I'll explain it to you. Here's the post.
Make it bigger. Okay.
So explain what you're looking at.
So it's Sesame Street character, Big Bird, and whoever the fucking Snagglepuss is. Looks like
Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus in bed. He's got a thermometer with and Big Bird.
Every time I look at this,
and Big Bird is on the side of the bed like a nurse with a mask or whatever. My something.
But it starts with it's N asterisk 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 A. So it's N-word.
Wow.
I'm not going to say it because we're on the main episode. I'd say it on the Patreon.
Blank Snuffy done got the Rona at Chingy concert. What the fuck does that even mean? Wait, he posted that.
He posted
It's
this on his
impossible.
Instagram.
Why would he do that?
The
How old is this guy? I
CEO.
gotta show what he looks like. I love this guy.
This is what he looks like. John Dempsey, the CEO of Estee Lauder,
He's got big ears, huh?
posted.
Is he gay?
I don't think so. It's a fake Sesame Street book.
Yes,
that like
the
a little
cover,
like a
like a
4-year-old
cover.
would have, and it's my N-word Snuffy done got the Rona at a Chingy concert.
What's a Chingy concert?
Chingy is a rapper, a really really random
Got the corona.
C-list actor from like 2000. You know the song "I Like It When You Do It Right There."
No, I don't know that song.
Well, that's how he says it. I'll play.
You don't have to
version.
play it. I don't care.
Well, you gotta.
Why would he post that? Just out of curiosity.
Here's Chingy.
Go. Still don't know, but go ahead.
Really? He literally was famous in like
All right,
1999.
Why would he
and
do that? What's going through his
But
brain?
the fact that he goes,
That's
but
balls,
my
by the-
N-word,
Yeah, that's-
Snuffy, not even my N-word Snuffleupagus, my N-word Snuffy, done got the Rona at a Chingy concert. First of all, didn't even know Chingy had any more concerts. Got Corona, and
There's
the way
no
it's
way
written,
he did it. There's no way
the
he did it.
CEO of a Fortune 500
Billion-dollar company,
that
multiple-
sells women's cosmetics. He posted a fake thing that says,
Why would he
my
do that?
N-word Snuffy done got the Rona. The way it's written, done got the Rona.
Why would he do that?
I think that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
So,
and he posted it, and then he got fired, and he posted an apology that said he didn't read the post before he posted it. That was his apology. He goes, I'm sorry, I didn't read
But
it
why does he have to
before.
apologize? He doesn't have to apologize. I don't want anybody to apology. The fucking fine, fuck it.
I guess because it's like the N-word.
Well, that's wrong. But
No,
why
it's
would he do that?
funny. That's so funny to me that it's like, where do you find this? First of all, where do you find this?
Yeah.
and why at a Chingy concert?
And why post that?
It's everything about it is hilarious to me.
Does he say why he posted it?
Let's see if we can get up.
Bizarre.
Here's the Fortune article. Top Estee Lauder exec pushed out over racist Instagram post. First of all, it's not racist. That post is not racist. It has nothing to do with black people. Maybe Chingy, like a Chingy concert, and the way it's written, done got the Rona. But it's not black people. Just saying the N-word doesn't make it a racist thing.
Correct. I agree.
Estee Lauder terminated its veteran executive John Dempsey after placing him on leave after a social media post included a racial slur and a reference to the coronavirus. Why is referencing the coronavirus a bad thing?
That's unbelievable. Shit that they write.
Dempsey, who is executive group president and oversees brands such as Clinique and MAC, will leave the company and retire. This decision is the result of his recent Instagram posts, which do not reflect the values of Estee Lauder, have caused widespread offense and are damaging to our efforts to drive inclusivity both inside and outside our walls, and do not respect the judgment we expect from our leaders. My N-word Snuffy done got the Rona.
But I like to hear from him. Like, why he posted it.
Dempsey didn't respond to a request for comment. An Estee Lauder spokesperson said that he wasn't fired, but rather told he had to leave the company. You're fired.
Thank you. Yeah.
His account also highlighted, or he had another recent post that was removed with a photo of a black model, and the comment was, quote, "Bad guys in Scooby-Doo when they get their mask yanked off." Oh, that's
Wow. So he is a racist.
oh
then.
my God. Okay, that's a whole different.
That's nasty. That's more offensive than this one.
Wait, I gotta find that post.
Wait, Bronson, that's more offensive than this
way
one.
way more. But my N-word Snuffy done got the Rona at a Chingy concert is objectively one of the funniest posts of the year. Wait,
That's
Dempsey,
by the way, that's
Black Scooby.
Ronnie, that's a
Doo.
terrible thing to say.
I gotta find that post.
No, that's a terrible thing to say. Wow.
The problem is no one will ever, like, once something is deleted, Dempsey Scooby Doo post.
Oh
Twitter.
my God, this guy's fucking crazy. Yeah, you can't find it, bro.
No, I can't find that.
Wow, that's crazy to say that.
Literally, I gotta get that back. Where is it? Fortune. He posted a photo of a black model, and the comment was, "Bad guys in Scooby-Doo when they get their mask yanked off." That's horrible.
No, horrible.
Oh my God.
Even I have a filter with that.
That's really
horrible.
funny. But,
wow.
But my N-word Snuffy is objectively...
People are
like,
weird.
I literally want to make that post my phone background. It's so funny to me. There's so many things that are good with it. The fact that it says my N-word.
What about Sesame Street?
Yeah, the fact that it's even Sesame Street. And my N-word Snuffy. And then a Chingy concert. Chingy hasn't been relevant since 2002.
Never heard of Chingy.
That's the most irrelevant rapper who hasn't literally done a concert in so long.
It's weird.
And done got the Rona at a Chingy concert.
The other
literally
ones,
got fired.
The other one blows me away.
Yeah, the other one, that's just straight
Why
up
would he
racist.
get fired for that one? That one's much worse than this.
I don't even understand that.
This is like a little rhetoric.
This one's just funny. If he said, "My friend Snuffy got the Rona at a Chingy concert," it would have been completely fine. But he didn't even say
he shouldn't have
the full word. It was N apostrophe.
I'm being honest. He should not have done that. He should not have done that.
Of course not. But it also makes me low-key love him.
I get it but he should have done my Snuffy and not take the N-word out.
He's literally your age. He's a Fortune 500 exec, and he posted a Sesame Street meme that said, "My N-word Snuffy done got the Rona."
100% should not have had that in there.
My N-word Snuffy. Just so everything about it is good. Everything about that. That's such a funny story.
The other one's nasty, dude.
And also the fact that it's Estee Lauder, too. Like, that makes it even better.
They should have fired him with the other one.
Yeah, of course.
This one, yeah. Wow. Let's do
follow advice. I just love that story. It's so fucking funny to me. Oh my God.
Good. We need a cancel call. Wait.
Yeah. While I get up the next thing.
Dr. Seuss, Mr. Potato Head. What's next? Estee Lauder. Cancel. What does that mean? That's fucking crazy. Oh my God. Okay.
I'll load in the. All right. Do you want a long or short one, or one long, one short?
Let's knock it out.
We'll just start.
Banks,
okay. So
go,
I wrote.
Please?
So let's.
Buddy, come on, Banks, go. Are they still coming in all the time?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We're definitely moving through them. Also,
new ones are coming in.
Yeah. I also asked on our Instagram.
Any responses from the ones we've done? We've followed up.
Yes, I actually. Do you want me to read your response? I got a response this week. Bryce just texted me Magnuson and bought a 6 and 7.
What is that?
For F1
in English. What?
By the way, very pumped. F1's back. The first race of the season starts tomorrow. Very, very happy.
You'll be up early.
No, it's an 11 a.m. race.
Beautiful thing.
Perfect. Bryce and I are going to watch it tomorrow at 11. Here's a from last week's episode. We got a response. It was from. Was it Dylan? No, it was Brendan. Hey, Bron, I listened to the podcast for this week and heard my fatherly advice. It was the one about going to Florida and his parents didn't want him to go.
I remember that. Yep.
He wanted to go with his girlfriend and his parents said no. So he said, I listened to the podcast. First off, thank you and John for the advice. I ended up purchasing the ticket and my parents were pissed. However, 2 or 3 weeks before the trip, which was last week, my mom said that they were going to pay for the plane ticket and give me some money to spend while I'm in Florida. So everything ended up working out, and I think they realized that I need to be able to do my own things. Since I have gotten back from Florida, the dynamic in my family is totally different. I'm finally being treated like an adult, and I think it's definitely because I stuck up for myself. I wish I stayed in Miami so I could have potentially met you guys, but we were in Clearwater. Anyways, thanks for the advice and just the podcast in general. Helps me see both sides of most current events.
Love it.
Thanks, Brennan.
Love it. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your family, and I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
I think it's great, and I hope you had a great time.
I hope you enjoyed Florida. Yeah.
No, good from Clearwater. All right.
Clearwater's nice.
It's Clearwater.
It's all Scientologists now, actually.
It's Clearwater.
Scientologists literally own the entire
whole
city.
thing, yep.
It's really scary.
Yep.
It's really scary. But that's a conversation for another time.
Right.
So this is from Emily. This one, okay. It says, I will try to explain as best as I can. I've been friends with someone, Dom, for over 10 years. She and I used to be attached at the hip. She is one of those few people that I can be 100% myself with and not have to worry about it. In March of this year, she started dating someone. She really liked him and things were going great at first. Then, of course, we weren't hanging out as much or talking, but I understood because even though it's annoying, it just happens when someone starts dating someone new.
It's not annoying. It's part of life. Go ahead.
Yeah. Then he became controlling. She wasn't allowed to talk to friends, family, etc. I would call her phone and he would answer. He would say things like, quote, she doesn't need any friends, she has me.
Okay.
There was one instance that he did this and I heard my friend screaming my name in the background. I got so worried that my mom and I drove there to make sure she was okay. She ran out of the house crying and he refused to come outside.
Oh my God.
We called the cops. I called his parents and ripped them a new one for raising. Wait, she called his parents. Yeah. I called his parents and ripped them a new one for raising such a piece of trash and that he better stay away from my friend. She got back together with him. I work at the courthouse, so it's easy for me to find out information and his charges. Just for extra info, his charges consist of 4 DUIs, 1 public intoxication, terrorist threats, resisting arrest, and 2 that are the worst. 1, he strangled his sister because he found out she was dating a black guy. And he severely beat up an elderly man walking on the sidewalk because he looked at him the wrong way.
Okay, so all right. Okay.
I know the obvious. He is a sociopath and pure evil. I have been to some of his court hearings because it's where I work, so it's easy for me to be able to do that. My friend is mad at me for calling his parents, discussing things with her mom, and for sitting in on his hearings. I know she's trapped in an abusive, narcissistic relationship cycle. I'm not mad at her for ditching me or anything. I just want my friend to be okay. With the Gabby Petito case being such a huge case this summer, it makes me even worried more. That could literally be my friend. I want to make sure she's okay, but she never responds. And she gets mad when she finds out that I call her mom to ask how Dom is doing. Should I stop calling her mom and going to his court hearings? I don't know what else to do. I can only help so much without her helping herself. I just refuse to be one of the people that watches my friend on the news because of domestic violence. She's like my sister, and I just want to help her. What would you guys do? You know this, Emily. She's a Patreon member. She's the one with the leopard. We know her.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I don't fucking know.
Well, so I don't know the answer to this. The problem is like if someone, we know this guy's a piece of shit loser, a fucking low life. We know that's the obvious. So I'm not there to solve his problems. He should fucking whatever. So the problem is that your friend, if she doesn't want to help herself, there is a problem with that because you can only do so much. And if her parents don't get involved, you as a friend can only do so much.
But then also some people, like when they're victims, they really can't do anything. What could her friend might be
not married with kids.
I know, but she might.
Guy.
But it's like Stockholm syndrome a bit. Like some people who are victims and things like that, they don't even see that they can help themselves. They just can't.
But I get it. But the parents have to take an active role,
of course,
as opposed to Emily taking an active role. Emily, I think your hands are tied because you can't get an injunction against him. You don't have standing. You're not the one. You could, if she's over 18, you can get maybe some sort of governmental agent to come in and the police to come in and look. But the reality is, she has to say, "I'm afraid," and go for the restraining order to keep him away. If she's not doing that, I think
Emily's done everything. She's contacted the guy's parents. She contacted the girl's parents.
This guy's a piece of shit. I think it's up to the girl's parents.
Yeah.
And again,
you just got to. I think the advice is just keep doing what you're doing. Just he's playing with the bone. You just got to constantly be there for your friend, and hope she sees.
But what can you keep doing? The problem is
just be there and be supportive and be a good
what
friend.
What more can she do?
No, but I think What I'm saying is don't just cast her out of your life. I think you guys constantly be there for her so that when she realizes it's time that she needs help, she'll have it. If you write her off and be like, wow, I can't believe
but she's angry at her getting involved.
Yeah. Oh, tricky. I don't know.
Listen.
Your friend's obviously being emotionally and physically manipulated and all this stuff and abused.
I don't know. I would think you need to get the parents to get involved, and maybe they can have a guardian appointed on her behalf because maybe she's not, thinking straight, and maybe the guardian can get the restraining order on behalf of your friend. But the parents have to do it. You don't have any standing or legal right to do that on behalf of your friend, unfortunately. So speak to her parents and let them know the reality of what's going on, and then have them get involved and consult with a lawyer that does like domestic violence and things like that, and then they can maybe have a guardian appointed on behalf of her to go for that restraining order. Otherwise, you're never going to keep this guy away. It's a problem. From a legal standpoint, that's the only thing you can do, and that's even going to be a tough battle because if your friend says, "No, I'm happy. I want to stay here," then you're screwed. Then you have no.
That's why I think you gotta continuously be supportive for your friend.
Yeah, I get it, but how much can you keep racking your brain and spending your time and you stressing?
But you don't need to spend. She doesn't need to spend any time. You just need to be there for your friend, so that when your friend hopefully realizes she needs to get out, you're there for her.
What's her name? Murphy, the one who died, the actress I like from 8 Mile, the cute one.
Brittany Murphy.
Yeah, that's her husband did the same fucking thing.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, I watched that whole documentary. From what we
don't know how she died.
I'm not talking about how she. No.
Oh, what her relationship was like.
Both of them died.
Yes,
and it wasn't from him killing her.
Possibly, we don't know.
Said, but he died too. I think there was something.
He
about
could have killed himself.
But
he could have poisoned both of them. Who knows?
Who knows? But my point is, he kept her completely away and isolated from everything.
Yeah,
that's
a controlling thing.
There are people that are fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a fucked up human being.
Yeah, this guy deserves to be like you say a lot. That person deserves to be beaten up and choking their own blood. This guy definitely does.
When I say don't breathe in my oxygen, that guy should not be breathing in my oxygen.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Yeah, it is. That's sad.
That's a terrible fucking thing.
Sorry, there's not much help we can offer. I don't think there's much more to do.
I think you have to get the parents involved to get to be appointed on her behalf. You have to do that.
I think if everyone that cares about her life teams up, right? Like the parents, you, the other friends, and does some sort of an intervention type thing.
Well, the intervention
that might help.
It's just my office. Here's the thing.
Like if everyone in your life comes to you and is like, "This guy is not good for you," I would hope that you would be like, okay, maybe I got to reevaluate.
Another thing you do, like in Florida, they have a thing that's called like a Baker Act. Anybody can Baker Act anybody for 72
She's in Pennsylvania.
Okay. They might have a similar law for psychiatric evaluation. And if the parents on the behalf could have her admitted for like 48 hours, which she can't leave for psychiatric evaluation, and then you could go for some sort of court appointment. You have no choice. You have to do that. That's what the parents have to do, not you. The parents have to do it.
Yeah.
Emily, I mean, we'll see you in the Zoom. You'll give us an update, but brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to get to your facial.
We're wrapping up.
Yeah.
All right. Love you, Bronny. Bye, everybody. See you soon. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.